guys, what's up? Roger here, and welcome to the Vaping. Alright, this is our little vlog. We've been going for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe now, something like that. And we really haven't decided what it is exactly yet. We're just kind of going with it. I'm just kind of going with it. I'm kind of getting feedback from people watching the videos. Some have said, okay, 40 minutes is too long. Some have said 20 minutes is too short. We don't know. We'll just let it go. We'll just see what it becomes. What I may try to do is do primarily liquids and hardware in the beginning, and then we'll do other stuff afterwards. That way, if you have to go, if you don't have time to watch the full video, maybe you'll get the primary part of it that you're looking for in the beginning. Alright, so this week, what do we have? We have some important stuff to talk about as far as voting goes, which is coming up very soon. And if you are a vapor, you should be a voter for sure. 2 liquids, no hardware this week, just 2 liquids we're going to review. One is soaking right now. We're getting ready to do that. And then I'll do the other one, and then we'll talk about a few things that we've seen on the internet this week that I would like to address. Alright, so our first e-liquid, let me look it up here, is by Jimmy the Juice Man. And he actually, pre-August 8th had dropped a lot of liquid. We haven't picked them all up yet. Obviously, it's too much to pick up at one time. So we're slowly picking them up. So this is the first one. It's called Cherry Palm. It is available in 0, 3, 6, 12, and 18. That's this guy here. Size is 30 mil and the price is $18. Described as sweet, ripe cherries with a tangy pomegranate juice. So that's the guy right there. Let's give it a shot. I've got it soaking on the rig, and we're gonna give it a shot right now. I'll give it a little bit more. I don't really know how I feel about pomegranate, so we'll see. I guess we're gonna find out right now. We're gonna find out right now. All right. That is different. I wouldn't say it was primarily cherry. I think the pomegranate's probably pretty predominant there. Pretty good. If you're a pomegranate fan, I have a feeling you're really going to love this. I think if you're like, oh, I like cherry, and you're looking for some kind of cherry, like cherry candy kind of thing, this is not for you. This is a nice blend of the two, so you got cherry and pomegranate, and I would say it may be a little bit more on the pomegranate side than the cherry side, at least in the roughneck. Exactly that. There is some cherry there, but it's not like overwhelmingly cherry. It's definitely in the pomegranate area if you're a pomegranate fan, for sure. But Jimmy's always been a little bit more affordable e-liquid in the premium e-liquid category. Always been a little bit cheaper at 18 bucks for a 30 mil. But now a lot of companies that are doing premium e-liquid are kind of following suit. So now Jimmy has just become the regular price. All right. Check this out. All right, so what I'm going to do real quick, just to be completely fair, is re-wick the rig here. And that way we can try the next liquid without any of the old liquid on there. Alright, so I've got the rig all re-wicked, and with the next flavor on it, let me scroll down to where this company is, and we're going to look this one up. This is a new one from Liquid State Vapors. It is called Passion Punch. Passion Punch. Available 0, 3, 6, and 12. 30 mils in size with a retail price of 12 bucks. Yes, this shit flies out the door at 12 bucks. The description, it goes as delivers a delicious blend of passion fruit, pineapple, dragon fruit, and citrus flavors. If you've watched this vlog for any amount of time, you know I am not a citrus fan. But for the sake of review, we'll give it a shot. I can tell you when we first got this, I did smell it, because I'm thinking, you know, like fruit punch. You know, back in the day, fruit punch might be awesome. Then I saw passion fruit and citrus flavors, and I didn't try it. So here we go for the first time, the first try of the Passion Punch. Now what I'll tell you is, like I said, we've had this for a little while, and it is ridiculously popular. So apparently it's awesome. I just haven't tried it. So here we go. Alright. Not nearly as bad. I was kind of horrified at the thought of citrus, but that's actually not bad. I'm picking up on grapefruit. I'm assuming that is part of it. Is it not part of it? I think that's maybe part of the citrus. I'm definitely picking up on what I feel like is a little bit of a grapefruity kind of thing. Wow. Yeah, well, that's actually pretty good. I gotta tell you, that's actually pretty decent. Let me re-drip it here. We're gonna go for another round. I don't know if that will change my mind on citruses, but I'm just saying it is pretty good. I like it. It's not overly intense, at least in this particular setup. It's not overly intense, which I like. Citruses have a tendency to be a little overly intense. So this one, I don't get that from. I mean, I am getting the pineapple. I don't really know what a dragon fruit tastes like. I've never eaten one, so I can't tell you if I don't pick up on that or not. I'm getting citrus. I'm getting pineapple. I'm getting what I feel like is like grapefruit. I don't know. It might not be because I don't list that as an ingredient, but I'm just kind of picking up on that. It's actually really good. I really can't complain about that at all. And the price is friggin' awesome. Very, very, very good. Very good. So that is our two liquids for this week. Jimmy the Juice Man, Cherry Palm, and Liquid State Passion Punch. Both of those, I give a thumbs up. Definitely with the Passion Punch. I like that one. I think that's probably going to reach more people that are kind of open to citruses, but maybe don't necessarily vape a citrus all the time. And then even people that do vape citrus may like this. I think both of them may go pretty well. The Cherry Palm, I think if you're not a pomegranate fan, if you've never had a pomegranate vape, if you like pomegranate, you're probably going to like it. I think if you're primary coming in the door and saying, I'm looking for a cherry, I'm not really sure that's going to be up your alley, but it's worth a try. You might love it. But I think, I really think pomegranate fans are probably going to like it more than anything else. Alright, so as you can see today, I am using a mech, and I don't think I've used a mech in one of these videos up to this point. And the reason I'm using a mech today is because I want to talk to you a little bit about mechs and my thoughts on mechs, because I guess apparently I have a little different policy when it comes to mechs than most people. I don't know, maybe. mechs are starting to gain popularity again. We're seeing a lot more people coming in, wanting mechs, looking for mechs, and that's awesome and that's great. And maybe I'm addressing this more to people that own vape shops or sell mechs than people that are buying them. But I really feel like you, as a vape shop owner or a person selling a mech, has a responsibility to make sure that the person buying the mech has a minimal amount of knowledge and is able to use that product before you sell it to them. Right? Too many times I see too many people that are using a mech that have no business using a mech whatsoever. Okay, if a customer comes in and they have an eye stick and a Nautilus tank and they want to buy a mech, I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. Reason being, I want you to be safe. I don't want you to be the next guy on the news with one of these planted inside of your head or in the ceiling in your house, and you end up on the news because you did something stupid, right? And as a vape shop owner, I can stand behind the counter and talk to you for 5 minutes and get a really good idea if you know what it is you're talking about. So I'm very resistant to selling mechs to people I don't feel are qualified to own them. Now, some people may not like that. They may say, well, you should sell whatever to whoever. Well, it's not how it works. You want people to be safe. Mechs are awesome, but they come with a certain amount of responsibility. And me, as a shop owner, I feel like if you don't meet a certain criteria, I'm not comfortable with selling you a mech. That's just how it is. I really wish more shops were like that. Many shops will just sell you anything and they don't give a crap. They're just like, here you go, have fun, because that's how I ended up with a mech. No one ever taught me how to use it properly. And did I make mistakes with mechs when I first got them? Absolutely. But I try to give everyone as much of a head start as I can, right? And if I feel like I'm going to put you in a device that you could possibly get yourself in trouble with, because these don't have any protections, they don't have reverse polarity protection, they don't have low voltage cutoff, they don't care if you build it too low, they're going to fire it anyway. This is an awesome device for people that are very familiar with Ohm's law. They're very familiar with 18650s. They know to what degree they can push their 18650s, and they don't push them beyond that. If you're new and you don't know, these things can be dangerous. We've seen it on the news constantly, people venting their batteries by putting tanks on them. You don't put tanks on them. You don't put, especially hybrids. Don't put a tank on a hybrid. End of story. That's just how it is. But as the popularity of mechs come back, I beg you, please do your homework, because honestly, I don't feel like the shops are going to give a shit enough to stop you from buying one if you don't know how to use one properly. But so I beg you, if you decide you want to buy a mech, just do a little bit of homework. Go on Facebook, ask some people some questions that use mechs. Go into some groups, look at some posts in groups about mechs. Learn as much as you can about a mech before you pick one up. And I'm only speaking to you from experience, because believe me, I had a mech before I should have had one, and I learned some stuff from that. Biggest thing, steam-engine.org. Use it to build your coils so you know what amperage. Use the Ohm's law calculator. It will tell you how many amps you're going to be pulling on your battery. Keep it safe. Keep it within the battery's ratings. That's easy. And that means don't use rewraps, because they have bullshit numbers on them. Sorry. So if you're using MXJO, you're using MREN, you're using eFest. Okay, these are all inflated. We've seen Mooch do reviews on all these batteries, and they have usually inflated numbers. So it says a 30 amp battery, and then you go to Ohm's law and you do the math, and you say, oh, I could build a 0.05. Yeah, because the battery says it's 30 or 40 amps, but the reality of it is that it's not. It's the wrap is a lie. So stick with batteries that you know are genuine and they are real. So HG2s, 25Rs, batteries made by the manufacturer, Sony, VTC4s, VTC5s. Make sure you're using good batteries. Don't use rewraps. I wish I had a couple Imrins a customer brought in, and I don't have them here with me right now. But he came in with these Imrins, and they're both wrapped exactly the same. They both have the exact same wrap on them. They say they're 3,000 mAh 30 amp. But if you look at the positive on those batteries, they're not even the same battery. One of them has 3 posts on the positive, the other one has 4 posts on the positive. And I'm like, dude, how can you feel safe with this? They're not even the same thing. It's ridiculous. So definitely don't use rewraps. Use Ohm's Law calculator. Make sure you know it's steam dash with the dash hyphen whatever you want to call it engine.org. Use the Ohm's Law calculator. Use the coil wrapping calculator. Be safe. If you're going to buy a mech, please be safe. And again, I'm very choosy about who I sold a mech with. I'm very choosy about who I sell box mods. You guys know I build box mods, and I quit selling my box mods online. The reason being is I couldn't in good conscience sell a box to someone if I didn't know that they were going to use it properly. I couldn't just give them a box and say, here, good luck. You know, that's just not me. So I kind of pulled box mods back in to the just in the shop, right? I don't pre-build them anymore. They're only built on request, and I don't really advertise them too much. I love building box mods. It's a cool thing to do, but I want to make sure everyone is safe and they are used properly. So, you know, in a step in that direction, I pulled box mods off the internet just because I don't want someone buying one from Idaho because I don't know if he's going to use it safely. So there's that. So same thing with mechs. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you know what you're doing before you buy a mech. Talk to the shop owners and say, hey, you know, I'm interested in a mech. I want to buy a mech, but I want to make sure that I'm going to use it safely. That will greatly increase the possibility that they will even sell it to you in the first place if they're a very ethical shop. If they're a shop that's just worried about their bottom line, they're not going to give a shit. They're just going to sell it to you. There you go. Have fun. But I love a mech. I love the way of a mech vapes. And if you're being safe, awesome. Have yourself a mech and have a great time because they're cool. Just be prepared to change batteries a lot because they just don't have the battery life of regulated mods. All right, so what's next? Oh, I saw a post the other day on the internet. It just started getting posted. If I have a photo, I will try to put the photo right here if I have it. I think I might. But anyway, it was the latest generation of an LG battery, I believe, that had a warning on it that says, caution, this is not for use in e-cigs. And then the post was like, are you going to use these batteries in your mods? Are you going to sell these batteries in your shop? Yeah, because LG and Sony all have said that from day one. These batteries are not for our purpose. They never have been. They're for manufacturers that create stuff like laptop batteries and drill batteries and stuff like that. They were never intended for our purpose. Newsflash, that's nothing new. They've been saying that for years. So now they're putting it on their batteries, or at least in this photo. They had put it on their batteries, and people are trying to make a big stink about it, like, oh, are you going to use these now that they say they're not for e-cigs? Okay, what is my alternative? eFest? eFest use these cells, they just rewrap them. So down the road, if all the manufacturers go to putting the warning on there, then you can bet that if you strip the wrap off of an eFest, it's going to say that underneath of it. So no, it's not going to make any kind of difference whatsoever. I think it's ridiculous. I think the post was even ridiculous. What was the purpose of the post? Okay, so LG puts a warning on their batteries and said they're not used. What is your motivation for that post? What is the purpose? To drive people to bullshit batteries like Basin and Imran and MXJO that won't have it on there? Because obviously they're not going to put it on there. Their job is to sell batteries. So it just aggravated me, and I thought it was worth mentioning. Who cares? They've been telling us from the beginning that 18650s are not for e-cigs, and we've used them all these years. So all of a sudden they put a warning on it and it's supposed to make a difference? Nah, forget about it. We're still going to use them because they are the best batteries. They are used in tons and tons of other products. Therefore, they're the safest option for our e-cigs. Even if the companies that manufacture them don't condone the use in e-cigs, they never have. So not a huge deal. I still say stay away from the rewraps. Still stay away from all those. They give you BS numbers. If it says it's a 40 amp battery, guess what? Beep, bullshit. Just how it is. There's one battery I know of. It never really caught on. What was it? HB6. HB6 was like a high amperage, truly high amperage battery, 1500 mAh. Great for these guys, for mechs. Woohoo! Great for those. Not a ton of battery life, 1500 mAh, so it dies pretty quick. But they really are good high amperage batteries. But please stay away from the rewraps. And if you at some point you buy yourself an LG and it has some kind of warning on it that says it's not for e-cigs, do not panic. This is nothing new. They're just putting it on the battery. And I don't even know how long it'll be before we actually see these batteries crop up, or if they will. Because I noticed that the photo was actually posted by, I think it was Basin, one of the Basin employees, one of the representatives. So this may not even be a real thing. This may be trying to help them drum up business for their rewrap batteries. I don't know. But just to let you know, in case you see it, you've got the heads up before you see it. Now, next on our agenda, and that's voting, people. Voting. Hopefully in your state, if you are not from the state of West Virginia and you're watching this, hopefully you've done some of your homework and you know who the politicians in your state are that are pro-vaping, and you are voting for them. There are a lot of single issue voters this year, which means they're going to go to the polls specifically to vote for people that support vaping. Now, in the state of West Virginia, I was involved in the process of polling every single person, and I wasn't the only person, but I was one of the people involved with polling every single person that was running for office. So a letter was sent out to every person that were running for office in the state of West Virginia, regardless if they were in a position to affect policy or not. We still wanted their position on vaping. So a survey was sent out to everyone that ran for office in the state of West Virginia. And as those survey responses came back, we compiled those into a letter. And that is a letter that I will put in the description of this video. And basically it outlines everyone that in the state of West Virginia, the vaping industry endorses. Which means the vaping industry says these are good people. These are pro-vaping people, and these are people that will not try to kill our industry if we put them in office. Specifically in Harrison County, we've got Terry Waxman and we've got Danny Hamrick. Sorry, Danny, almost forgot your name. So these two people are very pro-vaping in Harrison County. They represent us very well, and they deserve your vote. There are more people on this list. If you go down through this list, and it's a very long list, there's tons of people in all the different districts. Someone in your area is running for office, and if their name is on this list, you should vote for them. End of story. That's how it is. Because they are pro-vaping, they've indicated they will support change in legislation, or they've indicated that they have already done it in the past and will continue to do so. So definitely in the description of this, I'm going to link to that file. You just click on it, opens up on your phone or your computer, and you have a quick list of the access of people that you should vote for because they support vaping. Let me see, anything else? No, I think we covered all of it. I think that's it, and I did it in 26 minutes, so probably have everyone still watching, probably. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Please get out there and vote. Check out that list of people. You know who to vote for because they're pro-vaping. You want to use a mech because mechs are cool and mechs are coming back awesome as shit, but please be safe. If you don't know what to do, steam-engine.org, use the Ohm's law calculator, use the coil wrapping calculator, be safe. And most of all, be safe with these things. They're awesome and they're great, but they are definitely for advanced users only. So please, if you're a noob, if you're using an iStick, you've been vaping for 3 months, don't buy a mech, please. Buy yourself a regulated device and an RDA and build some coils and learn how to build coils. And if you say, I want to build a 0.2, and then you build your coils and you put it on there and it's a 0.2, boom, good job, right? Because that's what you need to learn to do. You need to be able to learn to build coils, pick an ohm load, and be able to build for it. And then when you can do that on a regulated device, where the regulated device, if you make a mistake, the regulated device says, hey, you screwed up, dude. And then it lets you fix it. These don't let you fix it. They just fire it anyway. So be safe, be safe. If you're gonna get yourself a mech, that's awesome. I think mechs are awesome, but I want you to be safe most of all. All right, guys, have a good one, and thanks for tuning in.